And could you tell us more about the current situation of Ningbo's intelligent manufacturing industries?
Okay, this is a very big topic. What is the intelligent Ningbo? What is the smart factory meaning? When you understand this, then talking about intelligent situations in Ningbo. Traditionally, we are for the product design, we use the single computers for design.
Yeah.
So, let's say 15 years before, like Siemens, they have the PDM we call Team Center. And Pro E, you have the Wing. Like Katia use the smart team. It's all the design people sitting together. We use the same systems for product design. This is very important. For the design, we use the digital factory, digital platform for the product design. And when we use the digital design, we can directly send our digital design the existing CAD system, the 3D system to the machine. Machine can use this data directly for the operations. Traditionally, when we design this, we need to change it to the blueprint. This is not only can saving the time, also can make things more efficient, more cost effectiveness, and easy for the and computer to computer. You buy the internet, and easy to the communication, to sharing. That's very important. This is for digital factory must have digital design. The system design, not only one system. Digital information sharing. The next level will change to the factory. We use the original is the PLM. This is for the automation lines system. Now we use the ERP system. We use the MAS. MAS meaning for manufacturing implement digital implementation system. Whole manufacturing. Lots of machine. We collected different machine information, data up to the level platform. Then we use all this digital the information to streamline our operations. Now we have logistic material logistic the transfer from the one workstation to another workstation, from one workshop to another workshop. This transportation, we can use this data to design right time to deliver material to the right position. We can make our whole operations more efficient. Digital design, digital plant operations, and digital material transportation. We call this one, we call digital factory. Now we can link to our suppliers. We use digital information. They knows our operation, daily operation, or weekly operation, or monthly operation, required information. So it's easy to make their materials to the plant on time, but saving the storage time, saving the storage cost. Then we know our customer requirement. We know link with customers. The customer can see our operation situation more transparent. They're feeling more safe. They are feeling when they have different needs. They can earlier use digital panel to inform all suppliers. We have some operation schedule changes. It's more transparent, it's more easy. And talking about easy, when you start to implement, then they have lots of challenges. Our association is help our members, education, and the training. We have university, we have institute, we have some best practice can be shared internally. Even when we have the good best practice, we share with our neighboring cities. Other cities say, oh, Ningbo have best practice. They are visit. We also they invite to visit. Yeah, we've done this many times. Cities invite us to share our experience. This
very interesting.
Very
interesting.
Actually, we have a different levels. In Ningbo, you can see we are into the digital factory, digital the workshop in the 0.0 levels. In the first level, we just use most information technology, like design, like the ERP system, and the single software for the operations. Now we use the robot, automatic robot. This is single. Then we use the internet link them together. We launched the program in Ningbo central government to promote this. Association also participate. We use this since year 2016. Also, our association funding year. Oh no, year 2016. Almost 6 year.
Yeah.
Then we say, okay, we're up to the second levels. We not only see the single company to digital factory. We're thinking about the region, some industry park. This region, they start to use this to connect different client and supply together. But all association members is quite has some competitive positions. Only 200 members in the whole Ningbo cities. They have if I remember correctly, and the company size meets some certain levels. We call every year sales revenue around 20 million RMB sales revenue. This kind of company in Ningbo have more than 7,000.
Wow.
This kind of company, all in the program. It's not encouraging them to use intelligent or smart technologies. This is well, we have 200 companies like a pioneers. This is the situation.
That's very good, very interesting indeed.